Good morning, it's Mrs. Crouch here again, and welcome to today's reading activity. Today we're going to get to start to read our story of the Three Ninja Pigs, which I'm really looking forward to, and I hope you are too. But before we start, let's have a look at what our learning intention is for today. So today we're learning to think about the meaning of unfamiliar words. So they're going to be words in our story today that when we read them, we might not be 100% sure what they mean. We need to understand those words so that it helps us to understand the story better. And how can we be successful today? Today, you're going to be able to match words from the book to their meaning by playing a little game of bingo with me. Okay, so let's start reading our story. The Three Ninja Pigs, written by Corey Rosen Swartz and illustrated by Dan Santat. So as we read today, I'm going to be stopping and discussing those words with you that we're going to be looking out for today, the ones that we might not know yet, they'll be unfamiliar to us. There are lots of words in this book that we'll be talking about, but only certain ones that we're really going to be focusing on. Okay, here we go. Once upon a dangerous time, a wolf loved to huff and to puff. He'd go around town and blow houses down till three little pigs cried, "Enough!" All right, that word dangerous. You will have heard that word before, I'm sure. Can you think about what it might mean? Something's dangerous. It's usually something we want to avoid, something that might hurt us. Okay, let's keep reading and find out what these three little pigs are going to do. We've got to get rid of that bully. We're tired of letting him rule. We must put an end to this terrible trend. Let's train at that new ninja school. Here's an interesting word for us to talk about. Train. Train. When I think of the word train, it makes me think of the train that runs on the tracks, carrying passengers and other things in their carriages. But I don't think that's the kind of train they're talking about in this story. I don't see a picture of a train, and it doesn't make sense in the sentence either. Let's train at that new ninja school. Train. Can you think of another meaning for the word train? I think it might mean that they want to get better at something. They want to practice and practice. Train. If we put the word practice instead of the word train, let's see if that would make sense. Let's practice at that new ninja school. That would make sense. So perhaps practice is a good word for train. It's also a synonym for train, like we were looking at last week. All right, let's keep going. Pig 1 took beginner Aikido to learn a few basic techniques. He gained some new skills, but got bored with the drills and dropped out in less than 2 weeks. Now there is a very unfamiliar word on that page, Aikido, the one that's in the white writing. That was unfamiliar to me too. I wasn't sure about that. I had to Google it to see how to pronounce it. But that's not the word we're looking at today. That white word is a type of martial arts that the characters in the picture there might be practicing. But the word we're going to be looking at is the word beginner. Have you heard that word before? Pig 1 took beginner Aikido to learn a few basic techniques. If you're a beginner at something, that means that you've only just started learning. Okay, it's not something that you're very good at yet because you've only just started it. His brother, Pig 2, took jiu-jitsu and he learned how to block and to punch. When that wolf comes to knock, he'll be in for a shock. Kia! I'll eat him for lunch. The teacher said, excellent progress, but Pig son, you must study more. Pig 2 said, no way, sayonara, sensei, I'm ready to settle a score. There's lots of interesting words on there, isn't there? That word jujitsu. Do you see how it's in the same font as that aikido on the page before? So this is another type of martial arts that people can learn. So that's an interesting word, but not the one we're looking at today. Kia, that's the sound that he makes as he's practicing his punches. Over here on the next page, you can see the words sayonara. That's a way of saying goodbye. And sensei is the name for that teacher. Sensei is another name for teacher. Pig 3 chose the art of karate and rose bright and early to train. She got in a groove and mastered each move, the cartwheel, the crescent, the crane. I think that's the 3 moves we can see in the pictures there. The cartwheel, the crescent, and the crane are the names of the moves that she's doing. She balanced and blocked like an expert and practiced her lessons non-stop. By the time she was through, she could break boards in 2 by performing a perfect pork chop. Wow, some really good vocab in there too. The word we're going to look at is in the top line, and it says the word expert. Can you point to the word expert on your screen? What do you think that word might mean? She balanced and blocked like an expert. We talked about the word beginner before, didn't we? A beginner was someone who's just starting to learn something. They haven't had a lot of practice. An expert is the opposite of that. An expert is someone who has had a lot of practice and a lot of training and a lot of time to get better at something. So they are very, very good at it. We can see that Pig 3 seems to be very good at her karate moves. For months she persisted in earnest until she had paid all her dues. How happy she felt when she earned her last belt. I'll make that wolf shake in his shoes. Soon after, the wolf paid a visit to the little straw house of Pig 1. Stay out of my hut or I'll kick your big butt. I'm telling you, you'd better run. The wolf took a giant step forward. Oh yeah? Come and get me, he dared. Pig 1 made a fist. He swung, but he missed. I wish I'd been way more prepared. I think Pig 1 is wishing he'd paid a bit more attention and stuck with his training for a bit longer. He didn't learn enough to be able to defeat the wolf. I hope Pig 2 has a bit more luck. What do you think? Let's find out. The wolf chased Pig 1 to his brothers and hollered, Hey pigs, let me in! Pig 2 yelled, Retreat, or you'll suffer defeat by the hair of my chinny chin chin. It's very similar to the last story we read, wasn't it, about the 3 pigs? So that word there, retreat, that's just another word for saying run away, get out of here. And him saying you'll suffer defeat, what do you think he means by that? Well, if you're defeated, it means that you've been beaten, you're not the winner. So I think when he's saying you'll suffer defeat, he's saying you better leave or I'm going to beat you. You're not going to win here. One puff and the wolf blew the door down. Pig 2 did his best flying kick. But whoosh, the wolf dodged and the pig's foot got lodged. We've got to get out of here, quick! Pig 2 hasn't had much luck in defeating the wolf either. Perhaps he wishes he had put a bit more effort into learning his martial arts skills. The brothers have now run to their sister's house. We can see that in the background. That looks a lot sturdier than theirs, doesn't it? Let's see how the sister handles the wolf. The chase carried on to their sisters. Pig 3 was outside in her gi. I'm a certified weapon, so watch where you're stepping. You don't want to start up with me. I really like her confidence. She means business. That word gi that we read, that's an unfamiliar word. It's just a word that people use for that special outfit that she's wearing, for her special karate outfit. It's called a gi. When she says she's a certified weapon, she just means that she has trained really hard and has become an expert. She could easily defeat him because she is very, very good at what she does. Let's see what happens. Pig 3 faced the wolf and bowed deeply, for ninjas are very polite. Quit huffing and puffing, and I am not bluffing. I warn you, I'm willing to fight. Do you know what that word polite means? Have a think. Can you point to the word polite? Have a think. Ninjas are very polite. She's just bowed to the wolf, which means she's bent down low towards the wolf to show respect to him before they fight. That means that she's got good manners. That's what ninjas do before they fight. They bow to each other. She's being polite, using her manners. Oh, let's see if the wolf decides to leave her alone. He doesn't look like he will. His face looks very determined. He looks angry. The other pig looks very calm, doesn't she? Eyes are closed. She's concentrating on what she has to do next. She then gave a swift demonstration with backflips and butterfly kicks. The wolf looked quite shaken, but hollered, "Yo, bacon, I'm not at all scared of your tricks." A swift demonstration. Can you go back to the top line and find the word swift? A swift demonstration. It means that she showed him quickly how she could do things. She was demonstrating her backflips and kicks really quickly. So swift means quick. Pig 3 heaped some bricks in a pile. I'll show you what else I can do. With one mighty whack, she split the whole stack. Pig 3 said, that could have been you. The wolf saw that he was outrivaled. He took one last look at Pig 3. I love to eat ham, but I think I should scram before she makes mincemeat of me. Look at the wolf now. He doesn't look so angry and determined anymore. He looks very scared. He's got wide eyes and his body's shaking. I can tell from those lines around him. I think Pig 3 has been really clever in showing her skills and has scared away the wolf. The brother pigs high-fived their sister and watched the wolf vanish from view. They cheered, "Ninjas rule! Let's go back to school so we can be ninja pigs too." They devoted themselves to their training till each proudly earned a degree. 3 pigs full of mojo then ran their own dojo, and life was forever wolf-free. It's a great ending to the story. When it says at the top there, they devoted themselves to their training. Devoted means they gave it lots of time and lots of energy, practiced and practiced and practiced. They were very devoted to what they were trying to learn to do, until each proudly earned a degree. So that means they've all become really good at it. They've got a degree to say that they have practiced really hard and they've been able to do all the skills that a ninja needs. And they've been given a certificate to say that you are a real ninja now. Pigs were full of mojo. It means they had lots of energy. They ran their own dojo. A dojo is a place that people can go to learn, usually to learn martial arts like karate, like they're doing here. And life was forever wolf-free. I like the ending to this story, the way that the other pigs the two other pigs have decided they needed to go back and work a bit harder on their learning so that they could become awesome ninja pigs too once they saw how great their sister was at it. I really like that. They were very determined to get better and better. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the story. Now it's time for our game. So let's see what that's going to be. Now, to play the game, you need to listen to the clues that I'm about to tell you. You need to match these clues to the words that are in the box. So we've got the word train. You can see a boy there training on the piano. Polite, dangerous, swift, beginner, and expert. Now, hopefully you remember seeing some of those words in the book and us talking about them. But if you don't remember all of them, you might like to rewind this clip and find that part to listen to that word again and see if you can think about what that word means before you start the game. Okay, so when you can match one of the clues I'm about to give you to one of the words in the box, I want you to write that word down in your book. Now there are 6 words there, but I'm only going to give you 5 clues. That means that there will be 1 word left over at the end that you haven't written down. And that is going to be the winning word for our game. So once you know what the winning word is, the one that you haven't written down because there wasn't a clue for it, you need to go on to our Grade 1-2 Learning from Home Google Classroom. You need to find the question that asks, what is the winning word from today's reading game? And you need to write down that word there. Okay, I look forward to seeing what you write, and I'll reply to you if you are correct, or if you need to go back and have another go listening to the clues a little bit more carefully. So I'm going to read out the clues now to you. You might like to pause this video when you hear each clue so that you've got time to look at all of the words here on the page or on the screen and think about which is the word that matches. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Clue number 1. Quick or fast. Can you see a word and picture on this page that means the same as quick or fast? When you can see that word and that picture, I want you to write the word down in your book. Okay, you can pause this video while you do that and then press play when you're ready for the next clue. Clue 2, to have good manners. So if you have good manners, you are, I wonder if you can finish that sentence with one of the words in the box. When you find the word that means to have good manners, I want you to write that word down in your book and pause this while you do that. Clue number 3. Just started learning something new. Not very good at it yet. So which word and picture are showing you someone who has just started to learn something new? They're not very good at it yet, but they're going to keep practicing. Clue number 4. To practice something over and over again to get good at it. there a word and picture there that show you someone practicing something? And they might do it over and over and over and over again to get really good at it. Question 5. When someone is already very good at something because they've had lots and lots of practice. So when you have tried something a lot of times and practiced a lot of times and get very good at it, you would become an, see if you can finish that sentence with one of the words and pictures on the page here. Now, you should have one word from this grid that you have not written down. Can you work out which one that was? There was no clue for this word. When you find that word, you need to get onto our Google Classroom on the grade 1 and 2 Learning from Home Google Classroom and find the question for the reading game today and write your answer under that question. I know you're going to do a really good job. Try really hard, and I look forward to replying to you soon. Okay, bye for now.